So it's me, your little boy, Kid Samson. I have this message to give us. The type of friends you ought to keep and the ones you ought to do what? Cut off from your life. If truly you are praying to do what? To excel, succeed in life. One of them is those who don't pour in you, but they receive from you. Yes, we have a lot of friends today who will never in their life pour something into you, but all that they will be doing is to collect from you. So if you have a friend who always benefits from you, but they don't benefit from, you don't benefit from them, whether it's your brother, your relative, your cousins, they only benefit from you, and you too don't benefit from them, cut them off. They are not friends. Because a day will come when that benefit they are getting from you will no longer be there. They will leave you like a wolf. Because they themselves are wolf, so they will make you start to feel like a wolf that are in the bush. You know what I'm saying? So another categories of friends that you ought to remove, whether they are your brothers, your sisters, is those who are not grateful. Who are not grateful no matter what you give to them. We have a lot of family members, a lot of relatives who, the moment you start to help them, the moment you start to support them, they will be thinking that they do what they need it. You ought to do it. You ought to give them because you are in that position. You ought to be there. You ought to carry them for shoulder. Everything about them, you ought to be the one that will sponsor every single thing about them. Another type of friends you need to remove is those who love to command your affairs, who love to interfere on your affairs. Yes, believe me. This is the type of friend that anytime you are about to do something, they will not correct you, they will not correct your mistake, but all that they will be doing is just what? Commanding you, trying to be the CEO of your own life. You know what I'm saying? So if you have these categories of friends and you keep them along you, believe me, you will grow to that point where they will be the one that will be dictating what you will do in your life. They will be the one that will be telling you, why do you help the other one? Why do you ought to help this one? Why do you opt to help this one? You'll be like, what is their own problem? But there is no problem. They don't have problem. You are the one who give them that privilege. You know what I'm saying? So you ought to do what? Put everyone where they belong. Because no matter how small or whether you are a boy, you are a man, if you don't put even your own parents where they belong, they will be the one that will tell you what to do in your own marriage. They will be the one that will control you. They will be the one that will tell you, your wife, your husband, what to do, how to treat you. So whether it's your mom, your dad, you ought to give them respect, and they ought to know where they belong in your life. So another categories of people you need to wipe away. Wiping them away does not mean that you need to hate them, but that love will not be too much to the extent that if they leave you or if you leave them, they will start to do what? Have a bad record. They will start to have, they will become an enemy, because there are some people you will discharge from their life. They will not be aware of it. It's just greeting, brother, how are you? How distant? Finished. Because and another type of categories of friends you need to do what? To detach from, you need to disconnect from, are those who are what? Who are enemies to what? To your friend. What do I mean is this? Some people who are friends to your enemies. We have a lot. I have one of them, one of my friend. Not that I'm saying that if someone hates me and one of my friend is also a friend to them, is something bad. No. But you need to understand that when you are eating with your enemy friend, it is very easy for them to dictate. Let me tell you a dream that I had. That was last week. So I was in a dream. I saw 3 people sitting on a chair, and the other one was trying to give me a water that contained a bottle, a pieces of bottle, but physically with people view, the water, the water inside is another ordinary water, but spiritually is a pieces of bottle. So when I watch the water well, I figure out that it's a pieces of bottle, but those who are within him cause confusion. That is what might help us. So what do I mean? When you have a friend and that your friend is a friend to your enemy, you don't need to hate him. You don't need to disconnect from them, but don't be too close to them. Don't let them come close to you. Create a boundary where they belong, because there can be the one that your enemy will use to do or to get you, no matter how strong you are on earth. This is why Samson was being killed. Samson know that Delilah was a friend to Philippians, but instead of him to do or to remove Delilah, place Delilah where she belonged, she decided to be mingling with Delilah, telling Delilah all his secret. So that is why we do used to say that, tell me your friend, I will tell you where your future, how your future will be, on who you will become. So be careful of people whom you keep around you, because it truly matters. Both your family member, if you have, I can remember those days when one of my mother, the relative, there was a man who was having a quarrel with us in the village. So this man was, threatening my parents and all those stuff. So we figured out that one of our relative also go to their house, eat with them, those, and he will still come back to our place, be asking my mother, what happened now? How did you people go about that issue of that man? So one day my father warned that woman, that our relative, not to step in our house again. And that it become the end of him visiting them. And my dad don't allow him to come to our house. Not because my dad hate him, because the same woman will come to ask my mom, telling her how things. And my mom, not knowing that the person is the one giving them information. You get me say? So that is why you don't need to eat with your friend who are a friend to your enemy. Be careful, brothers. Remember, blessed me. God bless you.